I just feel like they peaked too soon with Braun, and I kind of hoping Braun will dial down the happiness a little bit because he's starting to not look like that monster, even though he's kind of, but that's just me.
Yeah. He's another guy that's just extremely... Oh, dude, do you think he got the loudest pop out of anyone on Monday's Raw for the most part?
Loudest pop, yes, and then Reigns, it was so loud with the booing that me and you couldn't even hear we couldn't hear him, and then we were trying to talk to each other and say, what did he say? We couldn't even hear him over the PA. It was ridiculous. I didn't realize, I knew he was... If people don't know when they see it on TV, it kind of, you hear the crowd that's like, oh, everybody's booing and he's looking around, but you don't realize how loud and how hated he is until you're there live. So that's a good thing to go. If you're going to go see Reigns and, you get to experience that. That was the loudest booing I've ever heard out of any wrestling event I've ever been to.
And you know what pisses me off, too? It's like at the start of last week's Raw, I don't know if they showed it on Hulu when you watched it back, but at the start of last week's Raw, because it was the post-WrestleMania Raw, Michael Cole goes, oh, this is the crowd that boos people they normally cheer and cheers people they normally boo, because it's like the crazy Raw, the crazy post-WrestleMania Raw. Okay, then how do you explain fucking Hartford, Michael Cole? How do you explain Hartford booing Roman Reigns out of the building? So stop with that nonsense. It's like, dude, I have never heard heat like that since I saw Vicky Guerrero at a show years ago. Like, it's ridiculous how hated he is by the audience, but they'll never turn him heel, so why even bother?
I don't understand. I don't know why Vince or whoever thinks that he's going to be like Cena when that took so long. Because when Cena's kind of heelish or kind of shoots, then everybody loves it and it's great. And I respect him for that when he's done that. But Jesus, only thinking that is just they've been trying for 5 years now.
At least 4 or 5 years, yeah.
Yeah, like when he was with S.H.I.E.L.D., why did people... Because he's got that look. He looks like a bad guy. He looks like an asshole. He can back it up. He's tough, blah, blah, blah. Him as a face is just awful, and I get it, because they're like, oh, we're making all this money off merch. But I really think that's the only damn reason they'll do it.
Yeah, that's the only...
Why can't there be the guy for the company that's not a good guy? Why does it have to be a good guy? Why can't the guy be a bad guy? It makes no sense. So Rock did it back and forth for years, but it,
I don't know. I feel like in 2018, I feel like we don't even need a guy. I mean, I feel like there's no face of the company. I feel like the company just sells itself. It's not like it's 1985 where you need like Hulk Hogan to draw people into the buildings. You're going to come to Raw just to see the fucking Raw roster. I'm not going to Raw to see Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think it's stupid. I know John Cena's been like the biggest star they've had in the last 15, 20 years at least, but it's like, even when Cena's gone, the company's going to do just fine. They don't need to have the guy. And as long as they push him as the fucking guy, no one's going to accept him as the guy. They're doing more damage to him as the years go along than I think they're aware of. Because at this point, not that he's damaged goods, not that they can't push him or redeem, or not that they can't, fix what they fucked up with him, but I don't know. I feel like the boos are only getting worse. And, the little Saudi Arabians are going to cheer him, but whatever.
Who started as a freaking heel and pretty much kind of was a heel the whole time, pretty much his whole freaking, Stone Cold.
Yeah, that's what I figured you were saying.
Like, just don't have Reigns talk. Just be over the top heelish. And I guarantee you, then it'll be even bigger, because then it's like you finally give them what everybody wants. But I don't know. I guess it just comes down to one man's out of touch, mind. And,
pretty much, yeah. Well, it's like
I just don't get it.
I know it's on a smaller scale, but I think of like the Usos. A couple of years ago, people could not stand the Usos. They were getting booed, and largely because they were associated with Roman Reigns. But it got to a point where like their shtick was beyond stale. No one cared about him at all. And then they finally went heel, became great heels. Now they're great. And now they're baby faces again because they're being cheered again because people grew to accept them. I don't know why they can't do the same thing with Roman Reigns. I don't know why they can't just learn from their why can't he learn from the Samoan cousins of the Usos and follow that same path? I just don't understand it.
Because Vince thinks he knows what's good for business because this is his empire.
That's Vince McMahon. Yeah, push him, damn it. Push Roman Reigns. Why do you think Daniel Bryan didn't go to Raw? Because they know for a fact. I was shocked how many people thought Daniel Bryan. I know I was entertaining the idea during Raw on Monday, but I was surprised how many people thought Raw would get Daniel Bryan. Because could you imagine if they had Daniel Bryan on the same show as fucking Roman Reigns? It's like there's no chance. Absolutely no chance, because people would be chanting for Daniel Bryan during every single match. The only reason that they don't do it now is because they know Daniel Bryan's on SmackDown, so it doesn't even matter. But if we didn't have the brand split, we would have a repeat of a few years ago, when anything everyone would ever chant for is Daniel Bryan, especially during a Roman Reigns match. So they are very lucky that he's on SmackDown.